Hey Taryn, I just finished watching your video about relationships, and I have to say that I agree wholeheartedly with a lot of the comments that you made. I agree that communication is definitely the key, and that as an adult in a relationship, if you feel some way, it's all about the way you communicate. You can tell someone that I think you're ugly, I don't like that dress you have on, your breath smells. You can tell anyone anything if you know how to communicate it effectively and in the right way. Like, it's all about delivery and how you say it, and the tone, and just basically being mindful and kind of taking a little bit of time and planning before you speak and not just speaking. So I feel like if you're in a relationship and you're dating someone or whatever, and it's not progressing as quickly as you would like it to, instead of saying, well, you should have, and making accusations, instead discuss, like, I just want to do a quick review. How are we doing? Like, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not hinting at anything. I just wanted to do a review. Your job does either a 6 or 12 month review to review how you've been working, whether you've been doing good or bad. So why not do a review on your relationship? If you've been dating for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, however long you've been dating, why not do a review? And start off posing the question. Make the guy talk first. Women, we're so emotional typically, and we are so like giving of information and always saying what we want and how we feel, as opposed to asking the questions. Asking the guy, well, how do you feel about our relationship? Name one thing you'd like to see improve. Name one thing that you love and would like to see more of. Like, not treating it as a business, but just taking a different approach, as opposed to just saying, well, I feel like we've been dating for a long time and we're not together. Why is that? Because that instantly is going to put the conversation in a hostile environment. Also, I used to have this whole timeline of, within a year you should be with someone, because within a year you've experienced a high and a low, meaning someone's probably been promoted or gotten some good news from somewhere, received a degree, something positive, as well as a negative. Maybe someone in the family has passed, lost a job. You never know. But usually within a 12-month period, you've seen highs, you've seen lows, you've experienced holidays where family gatherings are around, you've met someone's friends. So you could do a pretty thorough analysis of your relationship with someone within a 12-month period. But now, I still agree with that to an extent, but I don't feel like you should actually have to put, like, a deadline restriction on it. I still think it's all about the conversation and choosing when to have the conversation. You can have the conversation one weekend, one date in, 1 year in, whatever you feel comfortable. But the biggest thing is to not fear the answer. I think as women, we tend to predict what the outcome is going to be, and we predict what the other person is going to say. And because we already have predicted that may prevent us from even asking the question, because we already are predicting that the response and answer is going to be something that we don't want to hear. And usually sometimes it is. But that comes along with, the relationship and the package of having open communication. That should be established from day one. But if we've been dating for 6 months and I'm dating you exclusively, I've made the decision that I'm not going to go out with anyone else. I just want to see and deal with you and you alone. This is something that I've decided to do. And maybe it's important that I communicate that with you, because I'm doing that and I'm just going to automatically assume that you're going to do that too, without having that discussion and talking to you. And I think a lot of women tend to do that too. Things are going good. He's showing y'all this attention. You're spending every minute together. He couldn't possibly be dating anyone else because he's with me all the time. But if you haven't had that conversation, how is that true? And in the man's defense, how can you be upset with him if the relationship is set up as you two are just dating? However, you've made the decision to be exclusive without communicating that with him. So, I could go on for hours and days and years talking about this stuff, because, it's life. This is what we women go through. But I agree, Taryn, communication is like the first step to any relationship. And I believe from day one that those requirements and expectations should be set. I think you should communicate with the person from the first date, from the first conversation, from the first whatever, and say, look, this is what I'm going to give to you, and I would really appreciate it if you could give me the same thing back in return. I'm going to communicate with you when my feelings change. Could you also do so when yours change? And the expectation is not going to be that you agree with me or that we see eye to eye. It's just that we can respect one another enough to speak to one another, vocalize our feelings regarding the situation and our opinions, and still have enough respect for each other in the end to be able to move forward from it, or if we decide not to agree not to, just basically an agreement to communicate. And that's what all relationships should be based on, in my opinion. So that's just my little 6-minute rant on how I feel about the topic. Thank you for bringing it up. It's a great topic, and I can't wait to discuss more things of this nature. Talk to you later. Bye.